This person escaped from prison twice, was caught 3 times, and later invented a miraculous device on the eve of his execution, which spared him from the death penalty. A death row inmate who changed his fate through knowledge. In 1992, due to financial pressure from starting a business and acting impulsively, Li Hongtao exploited a bank management loophole to forge hardware and defraud 80,000 yuan. Before being released, he was caught by Kunming police when he reoffended. In the detention center that day, he seized the moment when the police were changing shifts for meals. He used a secretly hidden wire to open his handcuffs and the cell door. After escaping, he immediately returned home to destroy evidence of the forged seals. The police soon arrived at his home to search but did not find Li Hongtao nor any evidence of his crime. It turned out that Li Hongtao was hiding on the roof of his house at the time. After successfully evading capture, he fled to Guiyang. There, he immediately struck up a conversation with a passerby who had a car. Li Hongtao, using his extraordinary memory, memorized the structure of the keys that the other person was showing off, then quickly made an identical copy. He then seized an opportunity to steal this passerby's car. He drove the car south to escape to Guangxi. Ye, Di, Sizi, Shizi, Nanning. Unfortunately, on their way, the vehicle overturned into a ditch at the turn. Although he was not injured, he didn't have the money to repair the damaged car, so he had to abandon it. Sometime later, he stole a police car in Nanning and brazenly drove it back to Kunming. On June 19th, he drove the police car into the university to meet his younger mistress and was caught on the spot. In prison, he waited for 4 months without even getting to the trial. He became impatient. He incited 2 strong fellow inmates to escape together. Back then, prison management was not perfect, and with outdated construction methods, they found a relatively old wall, and using homemade tools, took only 4 days to chisel out an escape route. After getting out, they initially planned to steal a police car to escape the prison, but unexpectedly, a prison guard passed by. Li Hongtao pretended to be calm and walked toward the prison guard. The guard, seeing him so confidently passing by, did not think much of it. However, 2 fellow inmates were suspicious. Li Hongzhang hid behind the guard but was detected by the guard, and then the alarm was sounded urgently. Li Hongzhang then climbed over the iron gate to escape. After escaping from prison again, he found an unattended car and got in without thinking, but the car wouldn't start. Noticing some security guards nearby, he casually called them over to help push the car, acting very familiar, nothing like a fugitive. However, that day while he was repairing the car, he was arrested by the police again. After entering prison this time, Li Hongtao finally realized realizing that being on the run was not a long-term solution, he racked his brain and decided to spend his time in prison fulfilling his unachieved dreams from university. Over the course of 6 months, he continuously applied for experimental materials and submitted theoretical plans. After thorough consideration, the prison agreed to his request to conduct experiments. November 1st, 1993. Due to multiple convictions, Li Hongtao was sentenced to death. After receiving the verdict, he wrote a letter to his wife to apologize and express his remorse. Faced with the shadow of death, he did not give up his experimental research but continued to work diligently day after day. Finally, on December 31st, 1993, the eve of the execution of the death penalty, his brushless electric magneto achieved a breakthrough. The director submitted an overnight request to the higher authorities to temporarily suspend the death penalty, and the court urgently approved it. In 1995, the patent he applied for was successfully implemented. Strangely, he used the name Yang Hongjun when applying for the patent. On March 16th of the same year, considering his significant contributions, the court commuted his death sentence to a 2-year suspended death sentence. He then continued to research technology, obtained several patents, and successfully had his death sentence revoked. In 2002, based on his previous prison break experiences, Li Hongtao decided to collaborate with technical personnel to develop a fully computerized prison monitoring management system. After the transformation, nationwide significantly Kunming First Detention Center ranks among the top 20 model detention centers in the country. Additionally, due to his outstanding performance in prison, he received several sentence reductions. However, according to legal regulations, the sentence for a person with a suspended death penalty cannot be less than 15 years, even if they have made significant contributions. As a result, Li Mingbo was sentenced to death. Li Hongtao will not be released until 2009. After being released, this person went incognito and disappeared from the public eye. There is still some controversy about the rationality of the Li Hongtao incident. Do you think it's an inspiring story or a real existence?